Hello, this is Brian Resney, President of Resney Wealth Management, bringing you an important question about the economy and the investment markets. You know, every week we get questions from our different TV and radio show listeners, and one of the questions that I really get all the time, probably 20, 30 times a week on my TV radio shows, is about a specific firm, if they are fee only, if they're a money manager, and what conflicts they do have. So what I would suggest to every one of you is never take it by word. Get it in writing. So if you ask a firm if you are a fee-only fiduciary money manager, they should be able to put that in writing on their letterhead and sign off on it. If they're not willing to do that, there's a good likelihood they're not a fee-only fiduciary money manager, and they're probably lying to you. There's a lot of firms that'll claim to be a fiduciary, and they're not. They'll claim to be a fiduciary some of the time, and other times they're working against your money and selling you annuities. So again, you can go to the SEC site to look at these firms' CRS forms. You can go to the SEC site to look up an ADV on a particular company. You can actually look at their own company website for disclosures and read a lot of those forms right there. This question comes from NL in Cape Coral, and his question is simple. Is Morgan Stanley Wealth Management a fee-only program? And what we basically did is we went to the search bot Perplexity, and we actually presented that question to Perplexity, and we said, is Morgan Stanley a fee-only fiduciary? And this is what Perplexity came up with. Morgan Stanley is not a fee-only money manager. The firm operates under both fee-based and commission, based on models, meaning it earns compensation from various sources, including fees for advisory services and commissions from sales of financial products. The dual structure can lead to potential conflicts of interest. There's more on the Perplexity site, but what you need to do is you can go to Morgan Stanley's own website, which we did, and we actually looked at their CRS form for disclosures, and we then looked at their ADV for further disclosures. And basically, what it tells you is, and their own website discloses this on these disclosures, that they are not a fee-only fiduciary. And again, they do commission business, they do manufacture products, they do have sponsorships and underwriting and all different forms of revenue. So you as an investor have to decide what kind of firm you ultimately are going to use. Again, as Resney Wealth Management has tried to educate every one of our TV and radio show listeners, don't take it for granted. In fact, there was a recent article by the Wall Street Journal. 2%, only 2% of advisors or firms are really fee-only fiduciaries. Only 2%. Think about that. Out of all the firms in this country, 2% are true fee-only fiduciaries. Resney Wealth Management, by the way, and we put this in writing, is a fee-only fiduciary money manager. That means we legally work for you 100% of the time. There's no shenanigans. We avoid the conflicts of Wall Street firms, banks, and insurance companies. And of course, if your money is not being properly managed and you're not happy, I think it's time you called Resney Wealth Management, discuss our services, and let's help get you back on track.